Hi guys, today I have prepared a new format on the channel. I hope it will be something recurring, so let me know if you like it and you'd like to see more of those in the future. Today I am going to pick my top 10 players of all time in Charlotte Bobcats and Hornets history. I am taking under consideration years from 1988 to 2002 in Hornets history, then 2004 to 2014 for Bobcats, and again from 2014 until now for Hornets. Without further ado, let's jump directly to top 10. Number 10 is Jamal Mashburn, a forward who spent just 2 seasons in Charlotte and moved to New Orleans when the team was relocated. Those 2 years were really good for him. He averaged 20.6 points per game and led Hornets to 2 playoff berths. In both of those years, they got to conference semifinals. Just a year after moving to New Orleans, he was chosen to play an All-Star game, but 2 years later he retired because of injury, being just 31 years old. Number 9 is Gerald Wallace, probably the biggest star in Bobcats history. He is number 1 all-time in defensive rebounds with 2,623 boards. He also ranks number 2 in steals, number 3 in points and number 4 in blocks. He was taken in expansion draft and was the first Bobcat to play an All-Star game. Number 8 belongs already to LaMelo Ball, even he played only 2 seasons so far. He was chosen Rookie of the Year, then selected to play an All-Star game and is seen as a franchise player for years to come. He already ranks 3rd all-time in assists average with 7 dimes per game. Number 7 goes to Baron Davis. He spent only his first 3 seasons in Charlotte, all of them finished in playoffs. Twice he and team went to conference semifinals. He also was selected to All-Star game, and last season he played in Charlotte. He ranks 4th all-time in assists and steals per game. Number 6 goes to the best 6th man ever playing in Charlotte, Del Curry. He is an all-time leader in games played with 701, number 2 with 929 three-pointers made, and 2nd in points with 9,839. He played 10 seasons for Hornets and came back after playing career as a commentator. In 1994 he was chosen Best 6th Man of the Year in the whole NBA. Number 5 is probably my personal favorite player of all time in Hornets history, and that's Glenn Rice. He played here only in 3 seasons, but all of them were finished in All-Star games, twice in playoffs and once in conference semifinals. In 1996-97 season he was awarded All-Star Game MVP, he beat 2 records belonging to Will Chamberlain, was selected to 2nd All-NBA team and was chosen Player of the Month twice. He was also 3rd scorer with 26.8 points per game, which is the highest in team history. Number 4 goes to the shortest player all-time in NBA, Muggsy Bogues. The 5'3" point guard spent 9.5 seasons in Hornets uniform. He is number 1 all-time in assists and steals. He is also the best all-time with assists to turnover ratio, averaging 4.69 assists per 1 turnover. 2nd all-time is Chris Paul with 4 assists per 1 turnover, the rest is below 4. Bogues is also the only player all-time to average above 10 assists per game. He did it twice, in 1990 and in 1994. Number 3 is probably the best defender all-time in Hornets history, Alonzo Mourning. He spent only 3 seasons, played in 2 All-Star games, and holds many records. He is still the best shot blocker in team history, and his 3 seasons rank the first 3 places in number of blocks in single season. His blocks per game average is 3.2, while the second on the list, Vlade Divac, averaged 1.9. He also made the biggest shot in Hornets history, beating the buzzer versus Boston Celtics. Number 2 on the list is number 2 on the jersey, the Grandma, Larry Johnson. He spent first 5 years of his career in Charlotte, is their only first pick in the history of the team, and his selection ended in Rookie of the Year award. Larry played twice in All-Star game, was selected to 2nd All-Team NBA squad in 1993 and holds multiple top 10 places in many statistics. He was the face of this team in the beginning of 1990s. And finally, number 1 is the player who may come back as few reports suggest. Kemba Walker, after not-so-good stints in Boston Celtics and New York Knicks, may be back with the team where he holds records in minutes played, three-pointers made and in points. He is also 2nd in assists and 3rd in steals. He played 3 times in All-Star game and went the whole journey from being selected 9th, playing in the worst ever Bobcats to being an all-star with big contract ahead of him. It would be a great summary of his career if he came to Charlotte and helped them to come back to the playoffs. Okay, that's it for today. Let me know in the comments how you liked the ranking and how do you see best Hornets players in franchise history. Thanks for watching and I see you next time, bye.